What is going on, everybody? It is Edison Crux, and welcome back to Seaside, or as I'd like to say, welcome back to the CruxCraft server, the vanilla Minecraft experience. I keep calling what I do an experience because, let's be honest, it is. It is the Edison Crux experience. That should be the name of this show. And we are back, gonna get down to some crazy, crazy building. Now, you know I've been working a lot over here at the Great Grand Library, the library that needs a name. The library, and as awesome as that is coming, I want to spend a little time working up here. I worked on that on a live stream a little while back, and as awesome as it is live streaming, I can always get a ton more work done in these recordings. It feels like in one episode, like a ton more happens. So I'm kind of thinking that up here is going to be our project today, folks. I may clean up a few little pranks or another. See, the troll is real. Yep. If I recall, there's a lot of trolling on that episode. But I'm thinking I want to get some really good stuff done. I kind of like doing these big episodes when I do pre-recorded stuff. Obviously, I won't be able to do it all the time, but if I can make a lot of progress in an episode, then to me, that's a good day. And I feel like that's fun for you folks as well. So this is all filled up. Very cool. And oh, someone was organizing this. Very cool. Whoever was organizing this whole little thing here, thank you, because that's actually looking really nice. Now it should organize things super good. Eventually we'll make something more sophisticated, but that was not me doing that, and they did a good job. So I'm thinking we're going to keep working over here. We got one pillar height-wise done. I actually do have some ideas on changing the top a little bit. And woo, it's raining mobs. And we got another one over here to finish up, plus the ones on this side. At some point, I kind of like the idea of expanding this, adding another slice or two. Oh, you know what? While we're working at it, we're going to have to fix those. You see those? Some of the pistons are stuck in the wrong spot, so we're going to have to adjust, well, not really pistons, but blocks. So we're going to do some work over here. We're going to try and get a ton done, hopefully a ton. So I hope you guys are ready for some awesome stuff. Probably be a lot of montages and cuts and all that kind of stuff, but you know, that stuff's fun. So I'm going to get right down to it and check out what we've got as far as materials here. Actually, let's just take a look. I think I have these two chests, or shulker boxes, were from a recent mining expedition. Yep, check this out. Just raw, bunch of stone, bunch of andesite, all that kind of stuff, and some random flesh, which we don't even really need. Let's just check it in there, since, hey, that's a place where flesh can go. Oh, and gunpowder, too. Look at that. Let's just put that over there. All right, so this should be enough to get us going for a while. I'm going to take a bunch of this stuff into me inventory. And if we run out, we do have a place we can go with more. Let's just grab it all. And dirt 2, I think, is going to be my default scaffolding here. Maybe. We'll have to see. We're going to get to work, though. I'm going to start tweaking. I think I'm going to start by trying to fix that stuff, because that is going to kind of bug me if it's not quite working. Plus, it means we're not as efficient. So I'm going to get to it. Okay, I kind of feel like a maintenance crew, you know, if, I don't really know a good example, but like, say there's like some big machinery, like, let's pretend it's a, like a spaceship, and you have that maintenance crew that comes by and, you know, takes care of stuff. I'm probably gonna be filling stuff in those hoppers, aren't I? You know, going in the underbelly of the big ship, doing a little bit of, the necessary maintenance. That's kind of how I feel here, you know, doing the necessary maintenance, keeping the thing running efficiently. The only drawback to this, and let's see if I can actually take a peek in there, is if this happens, because this occasionally happens with this farm, the block gets stuck on where the piston is, as opposed to over here where it needs to be. And the problem is I won't be able to see easily if it does any of that on the inside. Obviously, if it's on this bottom layer, I can pretty easily tell if... Oh, no! Woo! Well, that's a lot of scaffolding back up there. I can pretty easily tell if it... this is going to take a while. If there's a problem, I can just glance at it from down here and say, oh, look, there's those not working. But inside is a whole nother beast. Not nearly as easy to... not nearly as easy to notice, which could be a problem. So I'm just going to fix up these last few. I should just make a habit of occasionally going inside. I should even maybe make like a hatch or something. That wouldn't be too hard, would it? To make a little, like a door on one side? I have to break this stuff down. Yeah, that wouldn't be too hard at all. Alright, we are in the nether. Why are we in the nether? What does this have to do with our mob farm? Well, that's a great question, and I'm glad you asked, because we're getting a whole bunch of really cheap scaffolding. I don't really have a ton of dirt, and I don't want to accidentally lose the stone to scaffold up, because I realized this project, that mob farm, is going to take a lot of scaffolding. A lot of scaffolding. And to get that much is the problem also is that since it's over water, a lot of the scaffolding, when I'm tearing it down, will be lost. And I don't really want to then use resources that I'm going to need large quantities of. Obviously, stone and such and dirt are not really valuable on their own, but this project is going to need a lot. And right now I may be using mostly stone, but I will be using a lot of dirt in this build as well. So I don't want to waste dirt and such if I can avoid it, because it just cuts down on time later, you know. So I thought, okay, great solution is get some netherrack. It's super fast to mine up, so removing the scaffolding will be super fast. And it is super easy to get tons of, right? Just come out here. That's a easy path from our from the main portal into the nether, so it's not like it's far away or nothing. There's plenty of it. It's not like it's going to be hard to find all the netherrack you could... It's like an all-you-can-eat netherrack buffet over here and everywhere. You just got to watch out for that, which occasionally happens. But it's like an all-you-can-eat netherrack buffet. And the other nice thing about netherrack, oddly enough, is that it's so obnoxious looking. Look at this stuff. You could not, for a moment, mistake this is meant to be part of the build. So that makes tearing it down real easy. With things like stone, I might look at it and be like, wait, was that supposed to be there? Is that kind of what I was going with? Since the build is made of stone, using scaffolding of the same kind of block that I use in the build can just cause a whole ton of confusion. So pro tip for you, if you're going to scaffold and you have a build that requires a lot of scaffolding, use a block that you don't use in the build so you can easily tell what's supposed to be there and what's not supposed to be there. And honestly, that's one of the best uses for this stuff, because let's be honest, this stuff kind of ugly. Okay, loaded up with, well, should be plenty enough netherrack. Let's swap some of this out for a bunch of stone and deposit some of this netherrack. This is probably more than I needed, but I figured better to have too much than not enough when it comes to stuff like this. Don't know if I'm going to need ender pearls. Let's just kind of clean things up a little bit here. I also probably won't need this shovel, so I can put that out of my hotbar. Clear some room. Now, in case you're wondering what this little doohickey here is, this kind of meaningless little bit of cobble. This is just a spot I would make for just a real rudimentary AFK spot for when I needed to try and get some drops here. I could just kind of hold myself in here and just kind of block myself in so that no one can hurt me, and I can walk away from my computer and stuff. Now, I don't really need this right now, so I'm just going to go ahead. Since I'm working here and I want to get an idea of the aesthetics, I'm just going to go ahead and tear this down so that I can get down to business. So next order of business, I actually want to tinker around. I think I'm going to finish this pillar here and then tinker around a little bit with how it connects. I kind of want to make another little rim like this, like that's on the bottom for the top, kind of mirror it up there, which I did not do over there, surprisingly. So I may have to lower down a touch to do something like this. So anyways, I'm going to get down to that. Oh, look, the setting sun behind me, very dramatic. I'm going to get down to that, and we're going to get this going, huh? So I have now that kind of little inverted outward part here, which I did 1 block lower. I did not, this is normally the layer that I put the andesite, I think. I dropped it a little bit because the andesite part, as you can see, if you can see over there, goes right up to here, and I didn't really know if that's going to work exactly. So this is probably, I don't know, because we want to cover up the pistons, I'm sure, from the bottom, and that would be at this layer. So I think this is exactly the layer we're going to need to be at, which means that I probably should scaffold over there to do the same thing that I did here on that side, and then we should hopefully be in business here. With any luck, that should then have this looking good. If this is true, if this is how the pillars are going to look, if this is an accurate prototype, then we can continue this pattern for the future pillars, because there's going to be at least 2 more of these. One on, the opposite side here is going to each have to have some scaffolding going on. So, okay, so this was layer with that. So we got to take out the andesite, and then just kind of extend this out a little bit like I did over there, which should, in theory, look nice and look kind of uniform with how the bottom is. So I'm going to get that going here real quick. Okay, this side should look like that side, and we are falling. That's going to happen a lot. But thank goodness for this netherrack. That was a good idea, I think. That was a very good idea. So I'm just going to clean up the scaffolding, and we'll take a look. I might even pop over my camera account so we can get a better idea of how it will look from a distance and such. Again, I'm kind of experimenting with this whole camera account thing. I think it looks kind of nice. I think it's a nice touch. So we will, I'm going to clean this up, and we'll get a look at how it looks, huh? Alright, scaffolding removed. Now let's take a look over on our camera account here. You can see I'm down there. Hello! Let's take a look how this looks from the floating around angle. I think that looks pretty good. Let's take a look here. Yeah, that looks impressive. It looks powerful. It looks big, like from down here, because this is the angle you'll see it from mostly down here. It looks big and impressive. Very big, very impressive. I almost want to add one more, like, add that same length this way, going out the side here, so that I have an excuse to add another row of those pillars over, or at least one more pillar here. So this is like a middle pillar on that side. But I think this looks good. I think adding that on the top looks nice. One thing I will want to do at some point is add some more detailing, make this kind of look a little bit broken. Maybe remove a couple blocks here and there just to make it look old and not quite as fancy. Because right now it looks perfectly built and constructed, and that's not quite what we're going for. So I think we're off to a good start here. And I think we're just, next step is going to be setting up the next side. So I'm just going to make another pillar exactly like this one on this side over here. And then we'll be one step closer to the edge, and we're about to break. Terrible pun. Terrible. I don't know if you guys would be able to see that in the time lapse I did, but there's a chicken just floating down here. Also, I gotta light this area up better because there was some monsters spawning. But chicken, what the heck, dude? Weird. Pillar down. I got a little confused there for a minute because on the other side, this spot here is not filled. So I was like, wait, why am I bumping my head into something? It's because I built this side a little bit differently than the other side. But it does all add up. I had to double check my coordinates here. It does all add up. I also thought on a whim here that I should probably add slabs on the inside here just so nothing can possibly spawn in here. Not that it'd be that big a deal because they wouldn't really be able to get to me, but anything that spawns in here reduces the spawn rate in there. So one thing I do think I'm gonna do here, do I want to tear this part down, this row here, since it's not on the other side? I think I'm actually gonna do that. Yeah, so I'm gonna tear this down because it's not essential and keep things cleaning up. But I think we are. I'm gonna lose some stuff doing this, but that's okay. That's okay. Nothing too essential here. I'm going to just keep working. I think we're doing really good though, so I'm gonna clean some stuff up, and we will touch base soonly. Just removing the last of the scaffolding now, and I noticed there's an enderman hanging out down here. I'm gonna have to light this area down here up a little bit better than it is now. Let's just spam a few more torches, because apparently there are still some dark spots. Which ultimately this whole area is going to be adjusted a lot more than it is now. Very much work in progress. Very much a work in progress. But while we're working, it'll be a lot easier if there aren't mobs spawning down here, right? So let's take a look. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's take a look. Oh, yeah. Oh, that looks nice. That is looking nice. Yep, nice, and should be nicely centered. Nicely the same. Yep, looking really good from here. Let's go ahead and swing down and just see how it looks from Seaside down here, which is, of course, one of the key areas we'll be looking at it from. Oh, yeah, now it's starting to take shape as to what I pictured of it. Just this huge, massive, colossal temple-like thing. Definitely taking shape. Definitely looking very nice. Very nice indeed. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not really convinced as to what I'm doing with this platform here. I don't know if this is actually going to be the main platform you come in on. I might actually have it so that the primary layer is below this, where you can pick up the items. This is, again, if you don't remember, this is going to be the start of one massive superstructure that is going to be a absolutely massive floating temple kind of a place. Go there. So I don't know exactly where the level is going to be, but I do know that this pillar is kind of just floating in the middle of nowhere, and I don't quite like the look of that. So I'm going to add some floor space, probably burning up way too many stone bricks, which I could be using on these towers. I'm going to have to go mining again by the time this is done to get more stone. But I'm going to keep this going and add this going so that there is going to be actual floor beneath this thing for the fourth pillar, which is probably, unless I add another slice, this is going to be the last pillar of this thing. So I'm going to do this real quick, and then maybe we'll start up that next pillar. If we have enough stone, we might have to take a break and go do more mining. But you know what? We can do that. We can do that. All right, last step was just spamming some torches. I probably went a little overboard there, but that's fine. Point is, nothing's going to spawn here, which is good. So we have the space here set up for the next and the last pillar. Let's go ahead. This area is clearly not perfectly arranged yet, but that's okay. So it should start here. Let's just lay out the foundation of the final pillar here. No, not you. That's not where you go. And then we can take a look at what we've got inventory-wise. I guess I can put that right in the middle there. That'll do. Yeah, that's fine. So let's take a look at just what we've got as far as stone, because these pillars take a lot of stone to put together. And I want to make sure... Okay, yeah, we have plenty enough. We have plenty enough andesite. I was wondering, it's like, maybe we're going to have to, you know, do another mining session, but I'm thinking it's not really going to be needed. I'm just going to make sure we have plenty on me. Is it getting dark? It's not getting dark. It's just dark down here. So I'm going to... Yeah, we should have plenty enough. I really should not be concerned. All the stuff, we still have lots of the polished andesite. Should be enough to do another one of these. All right, so I guess the next step is I'm just going to go ahead and knock out this last pillar. We've done a couple of time lapses already, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and get this part done here. Yeah, I guess we can do this. Not really necessary to have that spot there, but all right, I'm just going to go ahead, get this part done, and then we will carry on, huh? All right. It is complete. This last pillar. Now that I got a groove going, like I can just zone out. Ooh, you. Which probably tells me that I should slab up until I have plans up here. I should slab up the tops too. Either slab up or light up, one or the other. I actually can take this handy little thing over here, take care of that part, to put some slabs on this side too, because, yeah, until I finish building the top here, I'm going to run into some problems in this area right here. Actually, I don't know about lighting there, but let's slab some stuff. Megas of mobs don't spawn. Again, they're not always so much a threat. That's not exactly the reason that's the problem. The bigger problem, honestly... I gotta get over there. The bigger problem, honestly, is that it could reduce the spawn rates inside here. So there's some spots here that I think I saw in one of the footage. There's some creepers hiding up here in one of the third-person views. That would have they would have given me a bad day. You guys probably spotted that too. So let's just cruise. Oh yeah, see over there too. Same deal, and I didn't even slab in here. So we're going to clean this up, and then let's take a look at how this is looking down below. And then we should be set, not too much more. Okay, can I do this without having to make another pillar up here? Because like that's the one thing working on tall builds like this is the scaffolding is a pain. It's a big pain. So if I can do this without having to scaffold up all the way up here again, that'd be lovely. I think we can. I just now have to creep back, and I can cruise down the scaffolding block that I took to get here. Is there anything? Probably some spots over there I'll need to clean up later, but that can wait for the moment. And that actually looks kind of nice, having the slabs there. I could, for the outside ones, I could get stone brick slabs. That is a thing. That is a thing that we have in this game. So that might be worth... I gotta be careful. I don't want to accidentally... accidentally break the thing here. I don't think there's anything important there. I hope not. And I don't think I scaffolded up. I think I just did it in one go. So let's cruise a little bit here and see how this thing looks. Oh baby. Oh baby. Do you guys see this rising sun here? Oh, that looks awesome. That looks really cool. All four pillars. Now, again, they're not connected to anything right now, but they will be. This is just kind of the bare bones. This is the functional part of the mob farm, but there's going to be decorative stuff around it, too. So, oh, man, that is looking awesome, dude. That is looking awesome. That's really cool. I'll say, so I think we still got plenty of stone to spare, although we will want to go mining before too long at this rate. And the other really cool thing about this project is, let me just pop on down here. Again, there will be easier ways to do this. Now, while I was doing this, a lot of times things got stuck in here, which actually I think that might be a problem, because I've noticed a lot of times things not going in here, which is all right. But look at all this gunpowder we got just while working on this. This was at 2. This stack was 2 gunpowder when we started. I'm actually going to need to clear out some of these arrows because it is filling up a little bit too fast. Any of you people who are like, no, save the arrows, trust me, that's one thing we have plenty of here. One thing we have plenty of here and we'll get more of. So guys, this has been awesome. I think this is where we're going to wrap up this episode because look behind me. We got the 4 pillars. The 4 pillars are up. It has been a great episode. A lot of cool stuff, a lot of time-lapsey things, a lot of third-person stuff. Just a quick little building episode, but man, oh man, we got some progress going here. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. I know I had fun working on this one, and I'm really excited to work more over here and make this base, because this is part of my base that is going to be coming. This is going to be my new home, because I'm eventually going to be phasing out this one over here, that little dinky shack compared to what I'm going to be ultimately having. This is an absolute temple I'm working on here, and it's going to be amazing. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and until next time, catch you later, everybody!